Would you enjoy a prostitute? I'm not like opposed, you know? Problem is a lot of, you know, a lot of sex workers don't operate under the most, like, ethical of conditions. I know nothing about prostitutes, so pardon me if this is a little anti-sex work propaganda-ish, but isn't there a good chance you can catch an STD of some sort from a prostitute? Then again, use a condom, I suppose. I mean, you can catch an STD from, like, anyone. Testing is more readily available than ever before, I think. I mean, honest to God, like, listen, I've literally never patroned a sex worker. However, I'm pretty sure that sex workers take better care of their sexual health, for the most part, than most people, because it's their job to, right? I mean, that would be my guess, right? It'd be like, it's their job to pay attention to this stuff, you know? It's not like... And I mean, maybe this wouldn't count if we're talking about literal streetwalkers, like, owned by a pimp or whatever. It's like the lowest possible socioeconomic rung. But I feel like a lot of sex workers are probably fairly attentive. I also imagine that, you know, especially at the higher end stuff, like with like higher end escorts or whatever, like it wouldn't be much of a concern at all, right? 'Cause their clientele would suffer if they were giving people STIs. Also, what even are STIs anymore is the real question, okay? I was talking about this like a few weeks ago because I couldn't believe it. There are like, what even are STIs anymore? Like syphilis, gonorrhea, chlamydia, and all the other ones we know about are like all can be removed with antibacterial shit, right? Yeah, herpes is the only one that can't be removed, but I think something like 60% of people have oral herpes, and some smaller percent have genital herpes. So, and herpes is, I think for the most part, pretty harmless. So really, it's just herpes and AIDS? HPV too? Oh, that's true. I don't know much about HPV. Wait, can't you treat that? HPV treat... Wait, don't you get a vaccine for that? Okay, there's no treatment for the virus itself, but there are treatments for the things that it can cause. Can't you get a vaccine for HPV? Yeah, you can. Does that give you total protection? It only protects against the cancer-causing strain. 90% of people have HPVs by the 20... Okay, gotcha. So the vaccine protects against the worst versions of it, but most everyone has the, I guess, less dangerous versions. Crabs is an STI? Yes. Pubic lice... Crabs and pubic lice are the same things, right? Yeah. Crabs and pubic lice. But that can be treated, I think. Yeah, so, like, I don't think STIs are that much of a problem these days. I'm not encouraging reckless or irresponsible behavior, but historically I have always been really paranoid about STIs, you know? Not to say that it's bad to be careful about that stuff, because, you know, you should be. Just, I feel like, I definitely feel like a lot of people's fear of STIs is definitely, like, really hyped up by, like, fear-mongering sex education that'll show you, like, hey, here's gonorrhea, and it'll show you, like, a picture from 1973 from a person who hasn't had treatment and also has the worst outbreak in all of human history or whatever. You know what I mean? So it's definitely, I think, an overemphasized concern. True, I've been much more picky about my poly partners because of it, but yeah, genital herpes would kind of kill that party, you know? Yeah, I don't know how much expression there is, right? Because genital herpes and oral herpes are the same thing. I'm pretty sure. Like, genital herpes and oral herpes are literally the exact same bacteria, or virus, or whatever it is. The exact same thing. Just on ye mouth or on ye junk. I mean, otherwise, I think it's exactly the same. And the thing is, like, a lot of people who have oral herpes, they're not? Is that they don't? Let me see. Are genital herpes and oral herpes same thing? When you get either HSV1 or HSV2 on or around your genitals, it's called genital herpes. Okay, wait. So there are two types of herpes and two places that you can have it. So there's HSV1 and HSV2. But I think either one of them can be either oral or genital herpes. I know there's, like, variants on this. I'm pretty sure that I've made out with people who at some point in their lives have had a cold sore. You can spread herpes even if you're not having an outbreak, right? But I've never had a cold sore. I don't know how much you can even avoid that. Like, cold sores are so common, and then anyone can spread it at any time with, like, by kissing. Like, how would you... Yes, but if you take a specific pill, you won't spread it? Let me see. Okay, the prevalence of HSV-1 among persons 14 to 49 was about 50%. And the older you are, the more likely you are to have it. That's wild. And then HSV-2... Wait, no, people are saying HSV-2 is genital herpes. Okay, genital herpes can be caused by HSV-1, but the majority of genital herpes cases are HSV-2. And about 12% of people in the US have HSV-2, and that would be genital herpes. Okay, whatever. I think the point... Yeah, I think the point still stands. It's probably an overhyped fear. It's still something to be concerned about, but... Yeah. Clipperoni Capuchonade.